Hi, my name is Dr. Vili Abraham, and welcome to the Academic Researchers channel. Today's topic is predatory journals. I will be going with you together through 6 red flags that will help you identify predatory journals. Predatory journals are journals which disguise themselves as real academic journals. They say that they have a real peer review process, but they don't. And they will publish your article very quickly within 2 weeks if you pay a few $100s. And this is not how it works with real journals. The process is much longer, and usually there is no fee unless you want your article to be open access. So let's go over screenshots that I made of one journal, and I've crossed out information that could identify the journal. If you look at it, on the face of it, it looks like a real journal. It has an editorial board and an international advisory board, submission tabs, etc. But the first red flag that can help you identify a predatory journal is the fact that there's a submission deadline, which is uncommon unless it's an invitation to a special issue. And there's also a volume number already and an issue number, which in other words says, look, if you submit your article by this and that date, your article will be published in this and that volume. This is something that never happens with real journals because the process is longer. And if and when the article is finally published, it will be online without any volume or issue attached to it. And only after a few months that it was online, then you'll get an email saying that now there is a value, an issue number that was given to your paper. So this is the first red flag. All right, now the other thing that I've noticed, and we can look at this as the second red flag, is that the journal publishes papers in different fields. If there is a journal that publishes articles in a specific field, but touches on different topics or issues, that's fine. But when a journal says we publish articles in law and business, economics, tourism, et cetera, this is really, really a huge, huge red flag. All right, so that's these are 2 that I wanted to share with you, and there are a few more here. Let me just enlarge the screen here a bit so you can see. All right. So if you click on the submission tab in this particular website, the third red flag is that it says here all manuscripts must be submitted electronically through the email to the editor. This is something that never happens with real journals. There is a submission window where you submit your article in an anonymous way. The editor only gets it after you submit. Never, never, never are you requested to submit an article directly to the editor through an email. There's a submission window. You upload one version with the title and the name of the authors, and another one with the title and all the other information that is required, but without the names of the authors, meaning it's anonymous. So this is really, really a huge red flag. Now, this is not a red flag, but it says here that they send it to 2 reviewers for review. Most journals will send it to several. I mean, there's no really rule of thumb to how many reviewers it's sent. It could be to 2, 3, 4, 5, but just this looked to me strange that they tell you outright that we're going to send it out to 2 reviewers. It really depends on the editor. But something that is really a huge red flag is that here it says that the review process takes maximum 2 weeks. Maximum 2 weeks. Guys, once it took me over 2 years to get one article published, and other times it took me 2, 3, or 4 months, and that was super quick, but usually it doesn't happen. It can take a few good months, and never would a respectable, reputable journal tell you outright how long it will take your article to be reviewed or published. I mean, they can say that it takes a certain amount of time, but they never commit themselves to some maximum number of weeks, and it can really take much, much more than a couple of weeks. And the other red flag is down here, where it says if the paper is accepted for publication, authors will be asked to pay a certain amount of US dollars. Again, unless you choose the option, the open access option, you will never be requested to pay for publication. So guys, please avoid publishing in these articles, in these journals, because you will not be promoted based on these articles. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of an idea that you could have developed and improved and published in a reputable journal. And well, not all the time, but sometimes when you send out an article for publication in a reputable journal, the reviewers will look through the list of references, and if they see a reference to a journal which is not prestigious and certainly open access, predatory, even if it's just suspected to be a predatory, then there's a good chance that they will say, please change your reference, because reputable journals usually want their authors to cite reputable sources. Okay, so don't waste your time, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please press subscribe in order to get my videos, which I publish every week. Please press like if you like this video in order to support it, and please share it with your colleagues or friends who you think might benefit from this video. If you have any comments, please write them below. I will make every possible effort to respond to all comments. And if you have any ideas or things you would like me to talk about, please write them in the comments below. I will also add a link to a list of suspected predatory journals or publishers, so that if you find some journal which you think is attractive or where you'd like to have your article published and you're not sure whether it's reputable, you will be able to look at this list and see whether it's suspected to be predatory. What I suggest is that you always publish in journals that are published by reputable publishers like Sage, Emerald, and there are many others like Taylor and Francis, and avoid all sorts of journals or publishers which nobody knows or heard of. Okay, just don't take the risk, don't waste your time, because your promotion depends on publishing in real review process journals. Well, thank you and good luck. I will see you next week.